Well, good afternoon. Today is Wednesday, March 6th, and we are on our way to pick up Mary. She's got lots of running to do. I'm going to pick up Don, too. He's going to come with us. But we have birthdays today. Today is Tom Pearson's birthday. Tom, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Tom. Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha. It's also Peyton, who is Susie Bewey's son. Today's Peyton's birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Peyton. Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha. Well, I hope you both have a great, great birthday. Like I said, I got to bring Mary first to give some blood. Then I have to bring her to get an x-ray of her chest and lungs. And then she has a doctor's appointment. And then we're going to go to Costco. She's going to her and I are just going to stay in the car. Don's going to run in. He wants to get her some Ensure because Mary is just not eating. She said she has no appetite, which is not a good sign. She's got to eat to keep her strength up. She has a very, very, very good attitude about everything, so that's half the battle. But I'd be lying if I didn't tell you that I'm really, really, really worried about Mary. I'm just really, really concerned. If we were supposed to be going on our cruise on April 1st instead of May 1st, I would tell you 100% certainty she's not going. So hopefully that extra month will give her a little bit more time. She went to the doctor's yesterday. Denise brought her. And she's holding fluids much too much. And so they're increased her Lasix. So now instead of taking it 3 times a day, she's got to take it 4 times a day, which is not good. It's like that's hard on your kidneys, which she has kidney issues anyhow. Oh my goodness, everybody's out today. And then Christy brought her shopping Monday, and I think Mike's taking her somewhere Friday. She still hasn't done her calendar, so I'm going to get on her about that because she should have her calendar done so that we know exactly. I could have made it. Coulda, shoulda, woulda. But I have precious cargo in the car. You guys, you're my precious cargo. So, anyway, I'm very, very worried about my sister Mary. I don't know how my younger siblings are so much more ill than I am. I did make a decision that I'm just going to go to one more physical therapy session. My shoulder feels, it's like almost 100%. I would say it's at 98, 99%. And I only get so many free visits in a year. And let's face it, there's a possibility, not a strong possibility, but there's always that, that can happen to anybody any time of life. But that I might need some more physical therapy towards the end of the year. So I would rather save it for when I really need it because I really don't need it. But when I went to cancel the thing, and she said, well, because I called on the phone. She says, can you just come to your last appointment on Friday because then we can give you exercises to do at home. And which makes sense. And then they signed me out that I didn't just drop out, all that good stuff. So my insurance will know that I just stopped going because they felt that I was okay to leave. So that's a decision I made. Plus, I can do a lot of those exercises at the gym that I do there. I don't think at the gym they have the bands, but I know I have bands somewhere in the closet because Jim used them when he had his rotator cuff surgery. So I know that they're in there, and I know how to use them because I've been using them at the gym, at the physical therapy. And I have one of those big balls, like they have me walk the ball up the wall, and then they have me doing some side step exercises and stuff like that, moving my shoulder. So I think a lot of them, other than the massage part, which I really did enjoy, I can do everything else that I do there, I can do at home or at the gym. And since I know how to do them, I have no problem thinking I can do that. So that's my plan. And then I'll show you some videos at the end because I've already filmed them. My book. This is the book I'm bringing to start. I'm going to read that while I'm in the waiting room. I don't think I'll be able to go in the back because I think Donna's going to go in the back. The only thing with that is I got to trust what they say because, I know that Mary's pretty open about, her diagnosis and stuff, so I don't have to worry about that too much. But anyway, and then we've been working on the puzzle. We should be finishing it today. I think I have a video of Jim doing it while I was leaving, and there really wasn't that much left to do. We only had down to 3 trays. The last 3 trays, what we do is put them by shapes. Makes it a little bit easier, like when you're looking for a particular, like we say one looks like a mushroom, and one looks like an arrow, and one looks like an X. We have them all in separate little trays so that it just makes it a lot easier when you know exactly what you're looking for. And then just look for that particular color. Unfortunately, the only color we have really left is green, so we have a lot of green. But even as difficult as this one was, I really enjoyed doing it. It's just really challenging, and I just proved to myself that, even at my age, I can meet the challenge. I can beat the odds against me, because really the odds were against us at the beginning when we started doing that puzzle. Because the pieces are even like, they're odd shaped pieces too. They're not like normal. And one little spot could look like it's just going to be one puzzle piece, and it's actually could be 2 or 3 pieces. So it's just keeps you on your toes. And I like that. I like to be kept on my toes. I have to check with Birdie to see if she's going tomorrow. It was no fun going by myself last week. But I got a feeling she's going to go. I've been doing the best this week, but I haven't been doing the worst. So I'm hoping to stay the same. That's my goal, stay the same. I could weigh on myself at home. I'm just not one of those people. I did try to do that. I did start that off with Lent, that I was going to weigh myself every day. That wasn't working according to the plan that I was hoping for. So I backed out of that challenge. But I haven't eaten out, so I'm doing well with that one. Plus, it's so expensive to eat out nowadays. It's just, I don't know. It's just, every time, people always say, well, I wish I could go back in the 70s when I could have just got like this for like gas for 19 cents a gallon. Well, think about it, in the 70s, minimum wage was probably like 50 cents, 75 cents an hour. So yeah, if you compare the prices then and now compared to, I know that sometimes though that's kind of like not a really good argument, because people nowadays find it so hard to get a house because they don't really have any more starter homes. When I was first married, they had like little houses that they called starter homes. It was just a small little house, maybe 1 or 2 bedrooms that you paid into, got some equity. Obviously, with time, the houses increased in price, and then you could buy a bigger house and then a bigger house. Nowadays, they want the McMansions right off the bat, and that's why they really can't afford it. Because I struggled when I first got married. When I first got married, Jim didn't have a job. He had just got out of the service. He'd only been out 8 days. I was working part-time at a fruit market and going to college full-time. We had an upper flat that had nothing. So, I mean, we survived little by little. Oh my gosh, this is going to be, okay, let him in. Oh my God. I hate when little cars think that they can beat out big trucks. I'm not talking like a truck like Jim has a truck. I'm talking about trucks that are carrying cargo. It annoys me. It's like they have a job to do. They're bringing you your food. They're bringing you the things that you need. Let them in. I have, other than today, I don't think I have any plans. Tomorrow we don't have, other than my Weight Watchers meeting tomorrow night. Friday I have my last physical therapy. Kind of a boring life. As you can see, I got my coat on again. Winter has returned. It's like 42 degrees, which is not kind of nice. It's not that cold, really. I know if you live in Florida, 42 degrees is hot. It's really cold. But for here, that's kind of balmy. Not like it was 75 on Monday, but they're still picking up debris from that explosion the other day. They also sold knives. And so the knives were popped into the air and coming down, and they were open, because they were on display in the cases and stuff like that. So they had on the news, they had pictures of knives like sticking in the ground because they had come up and obviously landed. It's very fortunate that only one person got hurt and one person got killed. That's sad. But my father was a fire chaser. My mother used to get so mad. My father wanted to be a fireman, but he didn't pass the physical. Or I don't know if he didn't pass the physical or my mother didn't want him to be a fireman or something. But my dad so wanted to be a fireman. And so whenever my father's hobby, I didn't really see much of my dad, really. He worked a lot. My father worked a lot. And when he came home, he would have dinner. And then he'd sit in the chair and read his paper, watch the nightly news. And then right after that, he would go lay in his bed because he had a police scanner. And he would listen to the police scanner to see what was going on in the neighborhood. And at the same time, it was a fire scanner. So whenever there was a fire, my dad would come rushing down the hall, putting his coat on, putting his shoes on, and my mom would say, Ed, please don't go. Please don't go. Because they film these things, and then they're going to think you're the arsonist because you like looking at a fire. Because my father went to so many fires. It was just like, I didn't see the fascination in it, but he would be one of those gawkers that would be sitting at the side of the road watching somebody's property burn. I know, probably wishing that he was a fireman, that he could go in there. They didn't have a volunteer fire department. We lived in the city of Detroit, so you had to be on the fire department, not the member of the volunteer part. But if there would have been a way, my dad would have been a fireman. I know that. All the things that you want. I was going to college because I wanted to be a special ed teacher. God really had a better plan for me because I have the patience of like of a snail. I have no patience. So that was not a calling for me. I don't know why I had thought I could do it because I don't have patience. Even like with my kids, fortunately they were very quick to learn things. I didn't have too much of an issue. Jimmy had some struggles in school. Not that he was dyslexic, but he had a little bit of a learning disability. And so he didn't catch on as quick. But we would sit at the table and do his homework at night. And Danny, who's 4 years younger, so Jimmy would be like in the first grade, be 6 years old. And Danny, who was 2, would sit there. And he was learning, and he would learn it sometimes a little bit quicker than Jimmy did. And then Jimmy would get aggravated that his 2-year-old brother could figure out something quicker than he could. And I kept telling him it didn't really matter. Danny actually taught himself how to read. Danny knew how to read before he even went to school. And it's not so much that he taught himself. I think it's just sitting there listening to me with Jimmy doing his reading. But, and then Danny knew how to say the alphabet backwards. Like, you could go A, B, C, D, E, F, G. He could go Z, Y, X, W. Like, he could do it that fast, backwards. Frontwards or backwards. I don't think he can do it now. But he could do it back then. Jimmy used to say, "You show off. Stop being such a show off." I found when I went to school, things was too easy for me. I could have had a way better grade point average if I would have just applied myself a little bit more. I had all A's and B's, but I could have made the honor roll. I could have been in the honor society. I could have done all of that if I would have just applied myself. But I never had homework because I always did it in school. Because like you do your lesson plan, and then they tell you what your homework was. And then everybody else would just be like goofing around. And I would be sitting there doing my homework because I didn't want to do homework at night. But anyway, wait for somebody that didn't think they had much to talk about. Look at me, I just babbled on forever and ever and ever. Mary, her appointment is at 2:45, and she wanted me to pick her up at 2 o'clock. Yeah, 2 o'clock, because then she said I can do my blood work, and then we can go and do my chest x-ray, and then I can get there in time for my 2:45 appointment. I go, Mary, what kind of drugs are you on? You're delusional. You think all that's going to happen. She says, well, they're right near each other. I said, yeah, but do you think you're the queen, that you're going to walk in and they go, oh, Mary Rasmussen has shown up. Let's take her first. You're going to wait your turn. She said, yeah, I guess. I said, I'm going to pick you up at 1:30. We'll do what we can before, and then we'll see how the time is going. We'll go to your doctor's appointment. We'll do your chest x-ray first. And then after we do your chest x-ray, then we'll see how the time is. And if we have time, because the blood work shouldn't take that long. But the chest x-ray, I think, will take a little bit longer. And then we'll see, and then we'll go from there. And then afterwards, Don says, well, we'll just drop her off at the doctor. I think I told you that already. We'll just drop her off at the doctor's and then go to Costco. No, we'll wait. Mary can sit in the car and rest in the car. But anyway, I really wish I could get my mindset back. I look at my old pictures. I was looking at a picture to put it for my thumbnail. And really, that one I put that up there a lot because that's really my favorite picture of me, my favorite selfie. I know not to brag, but it is my. Everybody looks at themselves and finds fault. And I know if I looked hard enough, I could find fault, but I can't find any fault in that picture. I think I took a pretty good picture that day. So anyway, I just. But when I'm going through them looking for a picture to use as a thumbnail, I see pictures of when I was so much thinner. And it really bothers me. And I know it's just, why did I have such a great mindset back then? I wasn't, I was like 8, 6, 7 years younger, maybe. Maybe that makes a difference. I don't know. But it really does bother me that I can't get my mindset back. I try. But obviously I'm not trying hard enough. And I just have to get a way better attitude about things. And better turn the heat on because Mary's going to be cold. I really do try. I try, but I succumb to pressure too many times. It's just not good. It's just not good. Anyway, look at me. I'm 5 minutes early. She's not going to be ready because I'm 5 minutes early. I know that. But we are within 2 minutes of the explosion site. From Mary. I'm surprised she doesn't have debris on her yard because they had a lot of canisters. They told people not to try to pick them up because let's go over here as far as I can. But anyway, that's going to do it. So let me show you my book information and how the puzzle was. And when I get home, I'll film how far Jim got on the puzzle. So like, comment, subscribe, and share. And I will look at all these squirrels. I'm just so jealous. She's got so many squirrels. All right. Squirrel? Okay, this is the book we've decided we're going to read. I'm going to bring it today when I'm going to bring Mary on her running around. But 41-year-old Ruth Sterling is on the run from her past while trying to hold on to her future by protecting her 24-year-old daughter, Catherine. It has always been just the two of them against the world, but how will they really know each other? And what made Ruth, a pregnant teenager all those years ago, run from her life? Okay, this looks like a pretty good book. So this is the one we're going to start. Let me see. We always like to see how many pages it is to the end. I don't read the last lines, but I like to know how many pages. 338, right in my wheel zone, or whatever. Is that the right word? Anyway, gone tonight. Our next endeavor. Well, I have to go pick up Mary and bring her for her running around, and Jim is going to attempt to finish the puzzle while I'm gone, eh?
Well, I'll work on a little bit more.
Well, we're making great progress. So I'll show you when I get back how far Jim got done. Finally. I've been sitting out here for 20 minutes waiting for her to come out the house. She looks sad, doesn't she? All right, we're done with the x-ray. We're done with the urine sample. We're done with the blood work. We're done with
you this stuff, Mary.
We're done with whatever. You got to have a membership.
Yeah.
And then we're done with the urologist.
Yep.
And then Don went into Costco because somebody said that you could get
Kathleen or somebody.
that if you're on Medicare, you get to get it free, or if you're a senior. But no such luck. Well, you have a Costco membership or a Sam's Club, right?
Yeah.
So we can go there next. They might have, even Insure.
They might have it.
Because isn't that up at 13 in Gratiot?
Yeah. It's on the way home.
But anyways, I'm sick of doctors, sick of hospitals. I was in the hospital for 8 days, which was way too many days for me. And
Okay, Dad, quit paying attention to what's going on in the next
no, I
car.
swear to God, I thought he was taking a gun out of his pocket. That's why I was looking.
But don't tell us.
But I won't tell you that. So, anyways,
Why did he say
I'm
his
just
gun
dealing with
Oh, this guy?
my everyday little issues. You know, I had
if any
fluid in my lungs
racial
that they had to
profiling.
drain. I had a bladder infection, and my sodium was low, and my hemoglobins and my platelets were very low. So I had to have 4 bags of
That place is packed.
plasma and 4 whole blood bags of blood to help it bring it up so they could drain the fluid from my lungs, because they didn't want me to bleed, because when my platelets are low, I can bleed real easy. So my normal for platelets is 150,000. Mine were 49, and then the hemoglobin should be like between 8.5 and 9, and mine dropped to 6. So after I had all the transfusions, I was fine. And then they went and drained out 1.5 liters of fluid from my lung. They stuck a tube in my back to drain it, which is not a fun thing.
No.
But after that, my back was killing me and hurting me. But I still feel weak as a kitten. I have everyone drive me around. So I thank my family and all that, because
Well, my people are praying for you, too.
and I appreciate you all praying for me too. Yes, I know that. So, because I know Sandy probably keeps you updated what's going on with me. So I can never say thank you enough. So continue your prayers. I would appreciate it. And until next time, bye.
Okay, a kid was pushing the cart out for his mother and dropped a whole tray of sushi and just kept on walking. And so the birds say, "Thank you very much. We're going to have our feast here." So can you only imagine how much they spent for that tray of sushi? Just to have the birds eat it now. It's ridiculous. But we're at Sam's Club now waiting for Don. Oh, he says, "Okay, I'm going to go over here. You sit over there." Wow, he took a big chunk. They're in a hurry. Oh my goodness.
Look at him. Just
They eat like I eat, mass quantities of food.
is your door locked?
Well, Jim got a lot done, but he left that little tiny little section for me. Isn't he nice? But he got the rest of the house all built. So I'm going to sit down here and finish the puzzle. And just like that, we are completely finished now. Can you turn the light up, please? It's got a glare on it. You can't really see the whole effect of how difficult this puzzle really was. There you go. Yep, it was a hard one, that's for sure.